So I just tried to make this video, but apparently I was muted the entire time. So let's try to do it again. Hey guys, I'm big today. I'm making this video. I know that this probably won't be one that a lot of people watch, but if you do watch it, I appreciate you. Thank you. I sort of wanted to come on here and talk about some things. I've been getting more and more comments and more views, and people have been showing up, and a lot of people have a lot of thoughts and ideas about me, and so I want to come on here and talk to you guys about the things that I think about those things and why I'm here and where I came from and why I'm doing all this. So I'll do that. Long and short of it is that, I'm somebody who, first of all, my name's Cole. Nice to meet you. Rubeus is what I go by. But I'm somebody who has a direct line from my brain to my mouth. My thoughts are just words, and I can just speak as fast as I can think, and I can get it out of there and just have these moments of ranting and rambling, and that's sort of who I've always been. I love conversation. I love putting myself out there in a way that sparks ideas and thoughts. I love bringing up topics that other people might not think of. I love listening to other people's thoughts and sort of trying to poke at them in a way that gets them to think a little bit deeper and give me more, because most people are really, really caged off about what they're actually thinking. We're sort of trapped in this kind of small talk of, well, yeah, the weather's nice, and how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Well, good. That's good to hear. And then you just sort of trail off and nothing happens. And I like to sort of ask little things. I like to be in the line at a grocery store, and I see that they have a cart down there, and I've pushed my cart up, and I say, how often do people come through here and they want to use the cart that they already have to put their groceries back in? They don't want to touch that cart. And the people will go, oh man, that happens all the time. And then you start getting all these interesting stories that you would have never have gotten otherwise. And that's what I like to do. And so I have been looking for a way to sort of get into the platform of YouTube for a long time. I grew up watching YouTube. I was born in 95, and when YouTube came around in 2004, 2005, 2006, whatever that was, I was 9, 10, and 11. And I was over at a friend's house, and his older brother was watching an AMV, a Naruto AMV of like Rock Lee fights or something. And it was a bunch of fights that hadn't come out in the US yet. And I was, what website is that? And so he said, oh, this is YouTube. And I put that in my brain, and I ran home, and I got on the family computer, and I went to YouTube, and I made my account, and I started watching all these AMVs, and I started discovering this interesting YouTube culture that was going on. I started discovering people like Charlie So Cool Like, Alex Day, Live Lava Live, Hank Green, the Vlog Brothers, that whole thing, and discovering these threads through the internet that I had never seen before. And it was this sort of way to observe people that you would have never have gotten prior to YouTube. You get these insights into people's lives and these ideas of what it must be like to be them that you never get otherwise. And that's a magical thing that I latched onto immediately. And so over the years, I've tried lots of different ways to make YouTube videos. I've vlogged, I've made scripted videos where I've done, these long scripts that I've written out and edited together all these pieces, or I've done videos where I'll sort of have a topic and I'll rant for a while, and I'll do those things and try to edit and be all 2009, Live Lava Live, that sort of thing. And none of that ever just clicked for me. None of it was ever simple for me. It always took an extreme amount of effort and left me extremely drained in a way that I knew wasn't sustainable. And I knew that if something wasn't sustainable, then I couldn't do it for a super long time. And doing it for a long time is what makes this possible, what makes it possible for people to know who you are and sort of form this relationship with you, where you can have this back and forth conversation where they comment and you sort of know what the audience feels, and so you can kind of bring that energy into your interaction with the world around you. Let me get a drink of water. And so honestly, I discovered the streaming world at some point. And it really fascinated me because it was unedited. You didn't have to put in all of this pre-time where you had to think of all these things, even though there is some pre-time put into choosing videos and all of that. But you didn't have to do all this extra stuff to get your thoughts out there. You could just get them out there. So I had streamed quite a bit. I did I mean, thousands of hours of streaming over 8 years of doing different things. I would take different stints, and I did a 24-hour stream at one point in time. At one point in time, I was streaming MapleStory 24 hours a day, and would play 12 to 13 hours a day and be available and talk to the chat and all of that. And so that's sort of how I stumbled across Asmongold eventually. And I love Asmon. I think that he's such an interesting person. I admired the fact that you could go back in time and see all of these things about his life. You could watch him grow up over the course of the internet. And I thought that that was such an interesting thing, that he had been putting himself out there in this way for so long that now you could almost follow this through line. And another thing that I thought was really interesting about him, this is just me going on a little side tangent here, is that he would get all of this hate, that if you just went through the archives and saw what he had done, then you would know that none of the things that they were hating on him for were true. And he would just laugh it off like it was nothing. And so then I started seeing him doing all these React videos. And I had seen React videos before, but I had never understood that you could put it together in a way where you could just sort of have these really long tangents and you could honestly make something completely different out of the video. And that's the thing that I always think is really interesting whenever people want to pick apart what I do and they say, oh, it's just another shitty React video, you know, you're just putting in low effort. Dude, my videos are 3-4 times as long as the video that I'm reacting to. Mostly it's about me. I'm just trying to create this experience where you and me are watching this video together, and either you like me or you don't, and either you want to pay attention or you don't, but you have this ability to sort of be here with somebody who maybe shares some of the same thoughts and ideologies as you. And if not, maybe I can sort of poke at you a little bit and get you to have some kind of thought that is an interesting thought that you can share with all of us, and we can all see it and think about it, and then I can take that forward in my life. You know, I really want to create this thing where I'm able to communicate with all of you guys. I think that one of the worst things about the world today is that we have so much connection through social media and so little communication. It's so difficult for anyone to have any sense of who a person really is through these little back and forth. I mean, on TikTok, the limit is super low in characters. And we end up thinking that people disagree with us when they don't disagree with us, or agree with us when they don't. And we don't ever really get our points across. So I really want to make videos like these where I can get out here and communicate and do all these things, and we can have a little bit of a conversation and some fun. And so I'm making tons of React videos. I'm going to continue to do that for a very long time, but I wanted to make this video today, and I probably won't make very many videos like this if I had to make a guess. It's very unnerving for me to sit here with just myself and try to keep my train of thought going the whole time. But yeah, guys, this is me. This is what I'm doing. For the few of you who are probably going to see this and watch this, and for the few of you who might be interested to know a little bit more about me, this is it, guys. You know, I've been around for a long time. I've been on the internet probably as long as all of you have, if not longer. And I'm trying to come at this from just a guy who's just doing the thing that he's always wanted to do. I have always wanted to be on YouTube making videos, and so I'm on YouTube making videos, and it's nice to meet all of you. Hello, and goodbye.